5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All systems go with Josh Appelbaum starts now.
Hello and welcome to episode 499 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. I'm your host, Josh Appelbaum. What's going on, everyone? Happy Fade the Public Friday. That's right, our work week has come to an end. We got today's pod, then we got the weekend, and then right back at it on Monday, guys. Reminder, as always, no podcasts on the weekends. I still get people who DM me every now and again, where's the pod? That's okay. Number one, I love you. Thank you for asking. Number two, my wife would kill me and break up with me if I did the pod 7 days a week. And of course, now that I'm a father, again, the weekends, I'm turning into Frank the Tank from old school. Not that I'm, still funneling beers at 38 years old, but, when he says, hey, what are you up to tomorrow? Oh, Bed Bath & Beyond, Home Depot. It's going to be a nice little day. I don't know. That's me as a proud father now. So no pot on the weekends, of course, but doesn't mean I'm leaving you guys all alone. As always, you can read the sharp reports that I write for vsin.com. Tweet out every day at Josh_insights for my Twitter account. So you can read those write-ups. And then, of course, if you want to sign up to get the All Systems Go Best Bet Picks, all the best bets, always, not just the weekend, but every day, are posted on the Juice Reel All Systems Go Best Bets tab. And that, of course, costs you a big, unbelievable, massive amount of $4.99 a week. That's right, $5 a week. Pod is free. Get all the plays, support the pod. You can always do it from the Juice Reel app, and you can click that link that is located in the link tree in the description of the podcast each day. So big weekend ahead here, guys, as always. But got to finish up strong because it's been a pretty good week overall. Got a 3-pack of MLB plays for you guys tonight. And we do have 3 money lines, and a couple of them pretty relatively short, I would say. All are, minus 150 or less. So as always, trying to go 2-1, eke out a winning day. That is our goal to hopefully finish up the week. Now, 3-pack, trying to go 2-1. That's exactly what we did last night, guys. 2-1 plus 0.87 units. Had an epic sweat early in the day with the Chicago Cubs because the Cubbies were up 6-2. And then the Cubs blew it. And at one point they were losing, and then they came back and tied it. And then they lost the lead, came back again, went to extra innings, and were able to walk it off on a Dansby Swanson. I guess you could call it a walk-off single, but basically outfield was in, hit it over their heads, game over, boom. So 4 in a row, betting the Cubs. Pretty awesome that they came through all 4 times for us. And that was a nice little plus money hit as well. They were plus 110 down to plus 105, a little bit of plus money there, always nice. When you risk a unit, get 1.5 units back. Loser was the Arizona Diamondbacks. They had a couple opportunities to take a lead. It was a 1-1 game deep into the game. And then I think top of the ninth, Benintendi hit a 3-run homer. So I don't know what it is about the White Sox. I feel like the White Sox constantly beat me. I just got to remind my buddy Darush that you got a pretty good team on the south side. The record doesn't show it, but I feel like they play well when I bet against them. But either way, little plus money on the Cubs, risking 1 unit. Slightly profitable day, even though it went 1-1 in Major League Baseball. But the play of the night, the sweat of the night, the NFL draft. Man, this was unbelievable. And I tell you what, guys, betting David Bailey, number 2 overall, I felt really good about it. At the time of the pod, when we put it out yesterday, David Bailey across the market was mostly, minus 130, minus 135, got minus 125 at Fanatics, so felt good about getting the best number. And then reminder, that was a big insider play. So all these insiders, NFL, experts, these guys who know what they're doing, are tied in, locked in, they all pretty much had David Bailey going 2nd overall. However, here's where it got dicey and it got scary. If you had tracked the line movement after the podcast leading up to the draft, I was hoping David Bailey would go, minus 125 up to minus 200, minus 300, which would tell me, hey, a lot of big money's pouring in on Bailey. Well, believe it or not, that did not happen. It was all Arvel Reese money. Arvel Reese, at one point, last time I looked, because I kept refreshing my DraftKings and my FanDuel accounts on the NFL draft tab, a minute before it got taken down, Arvel Reese was up to a minus 270, minus 290 favorite to go 2nd overall. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to get this one. Late money is obviously breaking against me. This is not a good sign. But here's where sometimes it's better to be lucky than to be good. What happened? The Jets took David Bailey. So it doesn't happen too often, but this is kind of the volatility, the unpredictability of the NFL draft. It's not a competition, a game being played on a field. There are decisions. Sorry, I got my spring allergies hitting me right now. But there are decisions that are being made by humans, by executives. So maybe, there'll be a 30 for 30 in ESPN. What the heck happened with that second overall pick? Because, again, it went from Bailey one day favored to Reese one day favored, and then literally the day of the draft, all the big money poured in on Arvell Reese. But wouldn't you know it, we danced with the one who brung us. We stayed with our original bet. And my whole thought process there was, okay, I'm probably going to get this thing wrong because the line is moving big toward Arvell Reese. But then I'm also like, okay, well, what's it going to say about all these insiders who all predicted Bailey number 2? They're gonna go down the ship with me as well. But luckily, that big money pouring in on Reese at the end was not right. It was wrong. And David Bailey was chosen second overall. So cashed a nice minus 125 there to give us a 2-1 plus a 0.87 unit night. So with that being said, the market really went hard on Reese late. Never a good sign. But sticking to our thought process there, how can all of these experts who are tied in and talk to executives, how can they all be wrong? They can be wrong. But again, I want to give a shout out to those experts, we'll call them, who were bullish on David Bailey number 2 and never wavered. So thank you to Field Yates, Albert Breer, Mel Kiper, Todd McShay, Daniel Jeremiah, and Peter Schrager. They all had Bailey second, even though the market went toward Reese. Stayed with those experts. Those experts are right. So file this away moving forward. We bet mock drafts moving forward, or we bet NFL drafts years and years forward, which we're always going to do because I love doing it. Reminder that Yates, Breer, Kiper, McShay, Jeremiah Schrager, they were right on this one. So let's make sure we respect them moving forward. And also give a shout out to Albert Breer because him and Yates and Schrager all had Arvell Reese dropping to number 4 or 5, and that's what happened. He did drop to 5, so they nailed that one as well. But with Bailey coming through second overall and the Cubbies, a good winning day. Let's see if we can wrap up the week on a hot note and post another winning day as we steam into the weekend. So that being said, 3-pack overall. Let's waste no more time, and let's get right to our MLB plays for today. So first bet on the board, 7:10 p.m. Eastern Time, first pitch. We got the Minnesota Twins visiting the Tampa Bay Rays. Let's set the stage, talk splits, line moves, rhythm, juice reel. I'll give you my play here. So the Twinkies come in 12-13 on the year. Did just drop 2 or 3, although against the Mets. They lost yesterday's series finale 10-8 as a minus 105 road dog. Meanwhile, the Rays, 13-11 on the year. They just lost 2 of their last 3 against the Reds. Did avoid the sweep. They won 6-1 as a minus 140 home favorite in that series finale. So, pitching matchup for tonight. A couple good starters on the bump. We got Taj Bradley, the former Ray, going for the Twins. He's off to a good start. 3-0, 1.63 ERA for the Twins. Meanwhile, the Rays are going to go with the fellow ready, Drew Rasmussen. He's 1-0 with a 2.75 ERA. So what have we seen across the market here? Well, this game opened with Tampa listed as a pretty short minus 120 home favorite. Minnesota around a plus 100 road dog. And wise guys are clearly going with Tampa Bay here. So that's who I'm going with, guys. Give me the Rays in this one. Pretty low number. They opened minus 120. They've now been bet up to minus 130. Some shops even as high as minus 135. I jumped on the Rays a little bit earlier today at minus 124 at Bally Bet. But aside from that 10-cent steam move or more in favor of Tampa, bet splits look pretty good at circa. The Rays are getting 71% of moneyline bets, but 92% of moneyline dollars. So out in the desert, a lot of big money pouring in on Tampa Bay. Then we got a couple good system matches on Tampa Bay. Friday night home favorites, minus 150 or less, missed the playoffs the previous year. So it's a play here on a Friday kicking off a weekend. Home favorite expected to win, got the crowd, minus 150 or less, not too expensive, but they missed the playoffs, so maybe you're kind of buying low on them or thinking they're not very good. Well, that situation, which matches Tampa, is 50-31 with a 62% ROI, or 62% win rate and a 9% ROI since the start of 2025. Non-division home favorites off a win, minus 150 or less with a line move in their favor, also matching Tampa, 121-82, 60% win rate, 6% ROI since 2025. So a couple good matches there lighting up on Tampa. Rays would also have that non-division value, lack of familiarity benefiting, quote-unquote, the better team, so an AL East team versus an AL Central. Also correlative betting, as we have a favorite in a low total game of 7.5, and it's juiced quite a bit to the under. 7.5 under, minus 115, minus 120. So, again, fewer amount of expected runs scored, better team, hopefully they come from. Also a rest versus tired advantage, kind of sneaky, but the Rays had a homestand against the Reds, and they didn't play yesterday. They were off yesterday. Rays are coming off an off day and didn't have to travel. Minnesota played in New York, late game last night. Now they got to travel south to Florida. So rested Tampa, tired Minnesota, and that system here. Rested home favorites coming off a day off, getting at least 5 cents of line movement in their favor. So not only are you rested versus tired, but you have the line moving in your direction. Sign of smart money in your favor. That system is 94 and 51, 65%, 2% ROI since 2025. A couple cherries on top, 14% sharp mush edge on the Rays from our friends at Juice Reel, and our friends at Rhythm have 2 recommended plays, both on Tampa, and one of which is a Smart Signal Green Star recommended play. So first bet on the board for me, guys, let's go Tampa. I got the Rays minus 124. Looks like around minus 130 is your best price right now. Next up, loving sweating this team recently, so let's see if they can cash again for us. Talking about the Atlanta Braves hosting the Phillies, 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time, first pitch. Now, the Phils come in 8-17 on the year. They've lost 9 in a row. Just got swept by the Cubs. Fine with us. We had the Cubs every game that series, losing yesterday to the Cubs 8-7 in extra innings. They're actually a minus 115 road favorite in that one. Meanwhile, the Braves 18-8. They've won 8 of their last 9. Just took 2 of 3 against the Nats. They won 7-2 yesterday as a minus 140 road favorite. Now, pitching matchup for tonight, the Phils are going to go with the righty Andrew Painter. He's 1-1 with a 4.42 ERA. Meanwhile, the Braves are going to go with the fellow righty Grant Holmes. He's 1-1 with a 3.34 ERA. So what are we seeing across the market here? Well, this game opened Braves around minus 135 home favorite, Philly around a plus 115 road dog. And I said this throughout the Cubs series, but at some point Philly's going to start winning again. But this is kind of like, you go to the roulette table and it lands on red 5 times in a row and you're like, oh, it's got to be black the next time. Gambler's fallacy, sometimes streaks continue. Sometimes a hot team keeps winning. Sometimes a cold team keeps losing. And I'm going to hope that Phillies keep losing because this line has moved toward the Braves, minus 135 up to minus 140, minus 145. Circa is showing 78% money line bets, 92% money line dollars on Atlanta. We've also seen, again, I'm going money line here. I got Braves minus 141, but I was going to mention, to see if it comes true, that there was some run line action on Atlanta. So Atlanta to win by 2 or more, minus 1.5 at plus 140. They are getting 65% spread bets, 93% spread dollars at DK. Same system that matched with Tampa a second ago, matches with the Braves. So Friday home favorites, minus 150 or less, missed the playoffs the previous year. 50-31, 62%, 9% ROI since 2025. I'm going to bank on the Braves bats to continue to hit, hopefully. They have a big edge at the plate, hitting 275 as a team, 341 on base percentage, 150 runs scored. Philly only hitting 219, 296 on base, only 89 runs scored. Lastly, you look at home road. Braves are 8-4 at home. Phillies 3-7 on the road. But in particular, Braves hit very well at home. Knock on wood. But they're hitting 293 at home. That's the best home batting average in baseball. Phillies only hitting 214 on the road. That ranks 27th. Lastly, I have 2 rhythm recommended plays here, both on Atlanta, one of which is a Green Star recommended play. So add it all up, guys. Again, Philly's in a bad spot. Atlanta's red hot. Might seem square to take the hot team against the cold team. But the great equalizer is the market, and the market is moving toward Atlanta. And we also have good splits, home road, batting average, as well as 2 rhythm plays. So second play on the night for me, I got the Braves minus 141. I believe that was also at, or minus 140 at Ballybet. Last bet of the night, 8:10 p.m. Eastern Time, first pitch. Let's go out to Houston, Texas, where the Astros are hosting the New York Yankees. Now, Yankees come in 16-9, just swept my Red Sox, who can't score, can't hit, and are pathetic. Yankees won 4-2 yesterday as a minus 150 road favorite. Meanwhile, the Astros, 10-16, they've struggled as well. Did just take 2 out of 3, though, against the Guardians. They won the series finale 2-0 as a plus 135 road dog. So, pitching matchup here for tonight. Yankees are going with the righty Will Warren. He's off to a good start, 2-0, 2.49 ERA this year. Stroh's, meanwhile, going to go with the fellow righty Lance McCullers Jr., 1-1, ERA of 6.20. Now, what have we seen across the market? Well, this game opened Yankees, listed around a minus 140 road favorite, Houston around a plus 120 road dog. And all movement and liability has been on the Yankees because the Yankees have gotten steamed up -140 up to -145. Some shops now as high as -150, even -155. So clear movement toward the Bronx Bombers. No buyback whatsoever on Houston. So first indicator there is lines going to the Yankees. Number 2, good splits on the Yankees over at Circa. Sharp book in Vegas, 82% bets, 96% dollars. So big Pro and Joe split in favor of the Yankees out in the desert. A lot of run line money on the Yankees as well. So they're as high as -155 now. But you can get them -1.5 around +110. I just took them on the money line, -144. But, and actually I got them down to -115. This was a FanDuel boost, by the way. So always pay attention to those boosts. But the Yankees are getting 67% spread bets, 97% spread dollars at DK, 75% spread bets, 97% dollars at Circa. So a lot of big money on the Yankees to win by 2 or more. That's up to you if you want to go be a little bit bold. But I just took the money line here. And again, pay attention to the odds boost. I've been enjoying FanDuel recently because I log in every day. The promos are new. Really, FanDuel and BetMGM have been giving me these coin boosts and odds boosts and stuff. So sometimes you got to click it and then claim it, and then it'll add to your ticket. But again, those are available, so why not take advantage? Yankees would be a non-division favorite. Lack of familiarity benefiting the better team, quote unquote, who's expected to win. You look at these pitchers too. Warren, he's made 5 starts this year. He's given up 2 earned runs or less in all 5 starts, and the Yankees are 4-1 in those games. So hopefully that continues behind Warren tonight. Meanwhile, McCullers, remember a few years ago, the guy was great. Hasn't been great since. I don't want to jinx him. He better not pitch a gem tonight. But in his last 3 starts, Astros are 0-3 in those games, and he posted an 8.78 ERA in his last 3 starts, giving up 13 runs and 13.1 innings pitched. So hopefully you can take advantage of the odds boost if FanDuel still has it for you. I got Yankees all the way down to -115, but at the time they were -144, so that dropped them down. But still, if you can find Yankees -150-ish, looks like to be your best number here. So the Rays, the Braves, and the Yankees. Let's see if we can get 2 out of 3, finish off the week on a hot note. So that about does it for episode 499 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. This is the part of the pod where we wrap things up, and I always start first by saying thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for grinding in the arena with me every single day through the good and the bad, the ups and the downs, the winning days, the losing days, the hot streaks, the cold streaks, the days we just try to grind out a profit, because that's the name of the game. Because we know betting, it ain't easy. Got to have realistic expectations. Got to know what you're up against. The sharp lines the odds makers set, overcoming the juice. But we love embracing the challenge each day, trying to produce a winning day. So if you do enjoy this pod, please do me a solid. Help me grow this podcast. A couple basic, easy things you can do. They won't take much of your time at all, and they don't cost you any money. But please give this podcast a 5-star review on Spotify or iTunes. If you want to leave a comment under the review tab, that would be great as well. Recommend the pod to a friend. Click the follow button. Retweet the pod when I put it out on Twitter each day. That would all be very much appreciated. Next, if you enjoy this style of sports betting, data-driven, sharp contrarian betting, focusing on line movement, bet splits, system matches, focusing on what the market is doing, not what our gut and our bias and our instinct is telling us. If that is the case and you want to learn more about data-driven betting, or you want to let me know you appreciate the pod, or maybe you have someone in your life who could use some data-driven tips, whether they've never bet before and want to get into betting, or have bet quite a bit, lost a lot, and they have no strategy and no bankroll management, whether it's a Father's Day gift coming up, or maybe someone's birthday, or you just want to be nice and make someone's day, you know what you should do? You should go to Amazon.com and type in the Everything Guide to Sports Betting, or the NFL Sharp Betting Playbook. You can pick up a copy of one or both of my books. If you really want to be a hero, give them a 5-star review and a nice comment on Amazon.com. But then also bring those books to the sports book. I'll sign them for you. I'll buy you a beer or a ginger ale. We'll get some Cracker Jacks and sweat some baseball again here for tonight. Next, have you downloaded Rhythm and Juice Reel yet? My 2 favorite sports betting apps. They help me win. I'm confident they're going to help you win, because they're just another couple really good tools to add to your data-driven toolkit. Rhythm for their AI-backed models and predictions for game bets and player props, and then Juice Reel. So many great features of Juice Reel. You can sync up your sports books to Juice Reel, get a running report card of your action. You can also get the Robo Jackson best bet picks, the Sharp Mush indicators, the arbitrage plays, the shop for the best line futures. And as I mentioned before, if you want to support the team, you can go sign up to get the All Systems Go best bet picks exclusively from Juice Reel. It costs you $4.99 a week, $5. I consider it a tip jar. The pod is free. If I help you cash some tickets, you enjoy the insights, go sign up to get those best bets. And then go download Rhythm, download Juice Reel. Make sure you give them both a 5-star review in the App Store. Next, do you have a live odds page? Well, if you don't have one, you need one. It's such a critical tool. It'll take away your bias and just allow you to track not the noise, but find the signal. What are the games I have to bet on? I'm available to bet on today. What are my options? I need start times. I need live scoring. I need live in-game wagering odds. But most importantly, all the work you're doing throughout the day to try to come up with a good best bet, you're using the live odds page to track the market. What did the line open at? Static open column never changes. Then quickly compare that to the current prices. See which direction the line has moved. Pull up the line history. Identify steam when odds are getting lit up in red. And then, of course, shopping for the best price. Finding the book, giving you the best number. That's so, so critical. You think it doesn't really make a difference in moneyline sports? Like, oh, this book's minus 120, this one's minus 125. They win the game. Who cares? It's 5 cents. But it really adds up over time. And it really makes a difference in spread sports, where you're on a dog plus 3.5. Most other books are 3. They lose by 3, you cover by the hook. So it's very, very critical to have a live odds page because it allows you to track the market in real time, accurately. So there are a lot of live odds pages out there, but you've heard me say it before. The best one is Odds Logic. Go sign up for Odds Logic. You will get a 7-day free trial to test it out. Make sure you like it, and then you'll get 50% off your first month by using this special link. oddslogic.com/Josh123. So that about does it. Another pod here in the books, guys, $4.99. That means on Monday, we have episode 500. Unbelievably. Already to our 500th pod. Incredible. But as always, 2 final thoughts. 1, whether I see you at the Borgata in Atlantic City, Twin River in Rhode Island, the Brook in New Hampshire, Foxwoods or Mohegan Sun down in Connecticut, at the Encore in Boston, Plainridge Park Casino, MGM Springfield, or the Nash, in my neck of the woods on the border of Massachusetts and Nashville, New Hampshire, or out in the desert, where the true grinders get down, where Billy Walters sends his number runners, where the lowest juice possible is found at the South Point, or Sweat and Sharp Contrarian plays jumping in the stadium swim pool when you cash a big ticket at Circa. You're going to walk up to me, show me a nice Cubbies ticket. Little plus money. But most of all, guys, I thought for sure we were dead with that number 2 pick on Bailey because that line kept going to Reese. But thank you and shout out to those NFL insiders because they were bullish and never wavered. And they said, I got intel, it's Bailey, and there's nothing that's changed to make me get off of Bailey. And we stayed with those experts, and they really rewarded us. So show me a David Bailey, number 2 to the Jets overall ticket. And guess what? First one's on me, next one's on you. We'll post about the book, sweat some baseball together tonight. So as always, guys, coming off a 2-1 or a 1-2, a 3-0 or an 0-3, a winning night, a losing night, a hot streak, a cold streak, a great week, a terrible week. Again, we just got to stay even keeled. Not get too high when things are going well, not get too low when things aren't going our way. We got to be fearless but disciplined and have our bankroll management and play the system matches when they present themselves. Avoid the games that got red flags, play the games that don't. Games that are against the public, with the house, with the pros, flat bet. Avoid parlays and get that CLV. If we can do that, we're going to be successful sports bettors. So hope everyone has a great weekend. Reminder, we can read the Sharp Reports, vsin.com, as well as my Twitter, @Josh_insights for Saturday and Sunday, and get the best bets, of course, on Juice Reel. And then we'll be right back at it on Monday for episode 500 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. Good luck, everybody, and have a great night and an even better weekend.